Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I am your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, as always. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day in Middle-earth, and I just really would like to quickly show something and document something from my own self, my own achievements, and some of my group, of my faction, on who got the first blood on the certain fort that was taken. Most forts, it's only the first time a fort is taken, and depending on even whoever has it later, but that number is always there for that. It doesn't give you any benefits, I do not believe. So we're just going to talk about this real quick for a second. So it doesn't really give you any benefits. Let's pop over to the Iron Hills, which I think we had from the get-go, but so I don't think there's any buff on it. So if you own it from the get-go, you won't have it. So you click this little thing right here. When you click on the place, you click on this little thing. See, it doesn't matter because we started with this fort, right? And no one's come and taken it from us. So if someone took it from us, they'd get the bonus, right? They get the first bonus or whatever. So that one doesn't matter. This upper one, this one wouldn't matter for us with Area Bore, I do not believe, because it also has the same thing. We already owned it. Let me just double check real quick. Yes, we already owned it. So let's start with going up here to the top. Let's go to the Northern Wastes. So we're going to talk about and show, I want to show for my faction who was in the top 3 for fun, and and again, this isn't against anyone. Everyone helped. We had many people help with every single one of these takes. It just happened to be whoever did the most of that thing. And it also matters how many people are there, because if it's only like 10 people and you took one easily or something, of course there's only going to be a couple that get the top, right, because they did all the damage. But if there's 100 people taking it, there's going to be more of a battle for who gets the top 3, because there's so many people hitting it, right, with multiple damage hits, right, because there's only a certain amount. So here's this one, the gold, the northern one. I was not in this one. We have Dark, Jabati, Hadion. And then this one is damage done to the heroes and basically the random mobs that are controlling the thing. And this one is siege damage done to the actual HP to take it. So here is the level 12 heroes, right? This is what these people did with damage. And then the damage for this is the heroes. This is something a lot of people don't know about in RiseToWar, that they have this little thing. Does it give you benefits if you're in the top 3? No, it doesn't. It's just purely for fun. I don't think there's any benefits to you being in the top 3. Okay, so again, remember there's another probably 40 people right underneath these people. They're probably at like 170,000 damage and so on, right? That kind of thing, because how many people hit it. So again, that's how it works. Now let's go through them real quick. So there's that one. We took that one. We took, well, we're not going to do an order. Well, we took. All right, here's another one. All right, boom, boom, Hadion, Deadpool, Spartacus, Chell, everyone did. So the siege damage done to heroes. Right, okay, let's pop over to this one. Eastern Erin Mithrin. How do we do here? Voice of the Rings! Haha! My first one I was in. Did the most damage to the heroes in there. And then we got Chell and Deadpool and everyone there doing damage to that with Siege. Fantastic. We're gonna hop over to this one over here. Alright, we're gonna look at this one. Voice of the Rings, second most damage! Choose send the first most. We got more siege damage, more damage. You notice as we're going up, these are stronger level forts, and we're doing more damage, right? All right, so there's that one. And now we're gonna check out this one, which I think we might have already owned actually. So I think I already looked at that. Yeah, we already own that. That's no one's taken that ever. So let's start going over to Area Bore. No one's taken it from us. These are ours originally. This was the Elvins, one of the Elven Lothlorien places, so we took it. So we're the first ones to take it. And there we go. We have Scattered Mind and the siege damage here. Chell and damage, Hadion, and Voice of the Rings with 1,500,000. Haha! I brought Gimli. So that's fun. And then we have, now let's go through these lower ones here. Let's go to the Celadun Vale. I believe we were the first ones to take this too. Yep, I wasn't there for that one, but that was pretty good. We didn't really look at the names very fast. Let me look at them one more time so everyone can see the names. Here's who's in our fellowship and they got it, right? Actually, you know what? Is this the one of these forts? This is something very interesting to note. It goes to your whole faction, but whoever hits the last siege damage gets to take it, and it puts the credit to them. So, for example, so it says the first occupation division 55. We took this one, so I just wasn't there for that one. But there's one that was very interesting. What happened? Is it this one? This one's us too, and this one I brought the siege damage in right there. So we have Gorgor doing the most damage to the heroes. I won on the siege damage, just barely ahead of Apollo and Mid. So we obviously all did about 1 million probably siege damage because there's 25. Probably like 40 of us doing it. Again, that's a good one. That was a good one. But I got lost in track of time. What I was trying to say is when you attack a base, there's a funny thing that happens if you're the last one to strike it. So let's say one fellowship does all the work and does 40 million damage, and the last guy from another fellowship taps it and takes it, kills it, right? Well, what happens is it actually will give it to, okay, so this is actually where this happens. So the Sons of Durin is an awesome other fellowship helping us. You guys are awesome. They're our teammates. That's fine. But what happened was we were all sending our stuff. But, for example, me and Chell were laughing because you notice the damage, the top damages to heroes. This is a level 48, 50. The top 3 should have been like, unless there was like 1,000 people attacking this or something crazy, or like a couple hundred, the top people should be in the millions of damage. And they're not. And the reason is they attacked for us too. But one of the siegers on their team got the last hit, which means it gave all the credit for whoever did the most damage in their fellowship. So even though I did about 1.5 million, I did 1,500,000 damage to heroes. I calculated 1,700,000. So I probably would have gotten first, me or Chell, at that time in this. But again, it only shows 167. You're like, what? That's like not very much. Well, it's because they got the last hit in the siege damage, right? So that's how that works. So that's an interesting mechanic that everyone needs to know. It's not the top people on your faction when you're attacking a base. It's the top people in the fellowship who last hit the base, okay? That's an interesting thing. I thought that was an interesting little topic. But anyway, good for Sicario and Spund and Master. They all did really good. They did good damage here. And I'm up here in like 1,700,000 somewhere. So there's a couple of others. But there's that one and East Blight. There we go. Voice of the Rings. Third most damage. Really close. We all did really good damage there. Sweet, sweet. And then we'll check out... Again, I was at almost all of these. I missed like 2 keeps ever. Voice of the Rings won the siege damage this one. Chell we got. Hadeon. Look at that. Damage. Sweet, sweet. Central Mirkwood. Alright, and then we've got... I'm going to pop around to ones that we don't own right now, but we did get first pick. Alright, this is... I managed to get them both on this one. I got first in damage to heroes, and I also got the third most siege damage behind my 2 other friends. So, well done. Well done. Again, this is a little bit of a braggy episode that I was in a lot of the top scores, but it doesn't really matter. It's not really that big of a deal if you get the top because it doesn't give you any benefit. It just means you took a lot of damage. Alright, as you can see, Arnor is attacking this one as well. But Voice of the Rings top on there. We got Myrdel. Gorgur, Myrdel. Ooh, Myrdel got both. He got siege damage and he got the top train damage. Well done. So that's good to bad. Alright, we just did that one, that one, that one. We just went across all of these. We did this one, right? We did East Blight? We did East Blight. I believe we just did East Blight. I think I did all 5 of those already. Dorwinian. Yeah, I did them all. And then we're going to go over to this one, which was ours. At first, Arnor just took it the other day. Good job, Arnor. But we're missing a lot of players right now in Erebor, unfortunately. Voice of the Rings, second most damage. Done. Division 55. We took that one too, and you can see who was the siegers. And then there's also one down here, which is real close to this area. I need to go. Here's the keep. But oh, that's not the keep. That's an Arnor keep. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. All right. So Southern Endwill Vale. Let's see who was the top first taking of this. There we go. There's a small group that took this, by the way. Oh, this apparently the elves took this one. Good for the elves. They took that first. I didn't actually realize that. Good for them. Good for them. And then I think were we the first ones to take this, or was Arnor the first? No, it was probably Angmar was the first one to take this keep, no doubt. Right? Oh, Division 55. But interestingly enough, it only says one person did 7 million siege damage. Huh. That's a weird glitch. I'm not quite sure how that works. Maybe it was the last hit or something? I'm not quite sure what happened there. Now Rivendell. I believe we might have the first strike on Rivendell. I don't know if Arnor already had it before us or not, but let's just look real quick. Because I know we fought over it. Poor Lothlorians in the middle, and we're like fighting over Rivendell. No, it was us. It was. We took it first. Erebor took it first. Erebor, and I got first again in damage. Haha! Along with Chell and a few other people very closely behind. Fireheart was our crazy. Look at our crazy damage siegers. So that was pretty fun. We took that. And then let's look at, I know that we took this first. We took Durin's Tower first, so let's look at this one real quick. I don't know if I was there for Durin's Tower. I'm not sure. Yeah, oh, I was. I came in second at damage to the, probably sent over Gimli again. So there we go, there's Durin's Tower. And then we have, let's find out, I think, I'm pretty sure Lyndon took Moria first before Arnor and us. Yeah, it's actually traded hands like 4 times, but yeah, Lyndon was the first one to strike that. Good for Lyndon. Well done. You could see their names there when I clicked on it. The Undeep Mine. I believe, I'm trying to remember who had this first. This has been traded around a lot. Let's see who got it first. Oh, it was us. Oh, and I won siege damage in this one. This is when I started getting my alchemists. They're a really good siege unit. They're like an Uruk. They're like an Isengard Orc. But again, so we are actually the first ones to take that, but that switched around. Now Lyndon took that, and now the Wold, I believe the first one was obviously, I think it starts in the hands of Rohan, but then was taken. No, Rohan took it. They were the first ones. Good for Rohan. There's their names. And then now the Brownlands. I'm pretty sure they had that. They had all those before us. So the only one I haven't shown you that we haven't owned, because at our height, when we had all our players here, we had that one, and all the way into here, and we took Moria for a while, and we had Rivendell, and then we head down to Undeep Mine. But unfortunately, we've lost like almost over half our players. I don't know why, to inactivity, and we're losing everything. But maybe not. We'll see. Maybe they'll come back. But the ring, we took the ring first within only a few months of the beginning, only a month or two. So let's look at the ring one, and ha 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 ha! Look at those great, all those people. Cosmos is here, Fireheart, Hadean, Glowin. Our friend here, who I actually don't know how to pronounce that name, and then but he's awesome. He's been with us for a long time. And Voice of the Rings doing 1,331,000 damage to the level 50 heroes. I was not expecting to get first in this one. I thought I wasn't going to, but yep. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about keeps. First strike, basically the first capture ranking. It's the first capture ranking is what I'll probably title the video. And that little trick that people can snag it. You could plan on doing that, I guess, if you're being a stinker, but I don't think that's the case. Mordor and they've been fighting over this. Obviously, Gondor was the first one to take that. Let's see what Mordor with where's their? They had to take Minas. Did they take this? I don't remember if they just start with it. They might just start with this, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, they just start with it. Nope. Well, let's look at something they did have to take. Let's look at this place. Let's see what Mordor names we get real quick for Mordor's sake here. We're not going to go through every place in the whole base, but there we go. There's some names. We have Sauron. It's pretty cool. Get that name. Anyway, my friends, that's all I want to show you a little bit more about that. And thank you for joining me for this episode of Voice of the Rings Rise to War. I hope you're having a wonderful day in Middle-earth. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. And I'm your hosting guy, Zollin, as always. Click on the subscribe button. It's going to pop up right there next to Dol Guldur. The next episode of this playlist will be up there in the top left. And our main playlist will be over there. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for liking. See ya.